here. Okay, let me go up and get the no trespassing sign and some wire. What I've got here, a good project for if you've got kids that want to kind of have something to do. Just added decor. I did this back home on the fridge at the puddle there. And then got some rock and lime dust and packed in there. And then on the sides I drilled a couple of holes with a small auger bit in order to get the water to drain. Welcome to Time by the Tent. Weekend here up at the land. Been a few days since I've been up here. Was going to come up last weekend, but had tremendous, that was that giant heat wave. And at the last minute decided not to, and based on trail camera temperatures and local temperatures, it was 95 degrees in the shade. So didn't come up. Was going to put the gate up last week. Got the gate in the car. Going to attempt to put that up today. It wasn't like on the farm where things have to get done. Last week nothing had to get done. So then we had big storms come through this past 4 days. We had an issue kind of checking damage control around here. The cell phone booster cover got knocked off and it's bent down. It is still operational. So I'm not sure what the answer to that is, because if I was either we take the pole down, which that's not an option, or we borrow a extension ladder to get up there because it's 28 feet, can we or should we bend that back up? And if we was to bend that back up, will it snap and we lose all operations of the unit we just purchased? I don't know. For right now, it's working. I'm not going to touch it. You can see the pictures here with the drone. I've flown around it, looked at it. The cover is strictly there for protection, and if the cover wasn't on it, that tree in which fell would have completely broke the unit. So I don't have an answer to that. Last time I was up here, we had the driveway put in, and I did put a cover on top of this outdoor storage tent, and it has worked. This is an old Coleman mattress, air mattress, and it has worked very well. It is dry in here. Wagon's dry, and that's with that problem is fixed, so that's good. Got the car up here. Kind of was concerned if the driveway was going to be dry enough. You saw me drive up. Works very well. It has dried out quite nicely. So, got that taken care of. I have got to find or go down and cut some trees and some wood for the gate. I haven't got the gate out of the car. I haven't got anything out of the car, basically. There's the gate there. It's an it's like you'd see at a state park. Just enough to slow people down. If they're going to come up, they're going to come up. But keep traffic and vehicles from coming up the driveway. So that's where we're at. Kind of disappointed about the cell phone booster being damaged, but thankful it's still working. Also, had some water in the tent, which we had a lot of rain, and so I've taken and drilled holes through that bottom floor there, where the below the foam tile, to get that to drain. That was something I had planned to do anyway, was to make that happen, because we get water to pool up underneath those mats and then they squish out. So that was not anything new there. Not sure what I got caught in here. Something's inside here. Okay, hold on. Oh, oh. Okay. That was a red squirrel that had got caught up in there. Oh, man. So I had this bottom of a kitchen chair, left it out. Holly uses it to sit on for shooting, and it got wet with all that rain, and the glue gave way. So later on I'll take and I'll fix this together. These are pieces off the door that's on the shed, and that should sturdy that up, and I'll take the little handsaw and trim around, knock the points off the edge, and I think that'll be good for what little bit we will. So I'm going to start attempting to put posts in here for the gate. The gate's going to come, it's 12 feet, give or take. I think it's 11.6, but 12 when you incorporate the two posts here. So it'll be about right here. And then I'll take this log here and a couple of posts, and I'll go that way to that tree over there to close all this off. A lot of bugs, a lot of flies, and every time you dig a little bit you hit a big rock. But that's what I expected. I went over and I left all of those vertical trees, those dead standing, for purposes and jobs just like this. So I'll go over there and I'll cut one down and then cut the post and bring it over, and then try to get something mounted, because then that will dictate where this other post goes. Try not to dig a lot of extra space. I'm trying to dig just enough for the post to set in there. This would not have been something that would have ended very well a week ago when it was a 103 heat index in the full sun. So it's 80 right now. It's still a little unbearable, especially with all these bugs. But it's got to get done. I just want to open it up just enough to where basically it sets in, and I don't have a whole lot of extra give, because there's going to be some weight that will pull the gate that way. They say you should put it in concrete. I'm not going to do that, because over here at the point where we bring a hard structure in, I will probably have to remove that post in order to make it wide enough for the trailer to come in and get up the hill there. So even if that wasn't the case, still not going to set these in concrete. All right, let's see if this thing's going to fit in this hole. And then I'll trim it off. I'll trim these off as need be. Boy, it's tight. Oh, okay. Almost. That worked out real well. Alright. Now I want to trim all these off, get my bracket, mounting brackets on there, hang that, and then extend it out to figure out where my other post needs to be. So we've got it hung that far. Now I need to figure out where the post needs to go here, and then that other bracket goes here with the lock. And then we'll start working on this fence over here. That's nice. I like that. I'm just gonna stop vehicles from going in. Obviously, if somebody wants to walk up here, they're gonna walk up here. Now, fortunately, we've never had that issue yet. And I've got to put a no trespassing sign. I got one of those on the gate there. So, all right, we're getting there. Let's see if this one fits as snug as the other one did. First of all, let's see if we're even close. Ah. All right. Right. It is complete, the gate portion anyway. This fence here is the next step. Pull up, opens to the inside of the woods, drive in, close it. I got to get the no trespassing sign up there, but that turned out really well. My biggest concern was how many rocks and roots was I going to hit. Didn't hit many, and was able to work through what I did hit. The gate is a little, it wasn't going to be level because we're going downhill from right to left. But yeah, that'll slow down, stop vehicles if anything wanted to try to get up here. Okay, let me go up, get the no trespassing sign and some wire, and then we'll start working on from that post there going to that tree there. Probably going to put another post right here at like this height, fence height, and go that way. I think that's what I'll do, because I don't want to tie into this post. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but I'm sure I did. If we do have a structure brought in, this post is going to have to be pulled out, and fencing will have to be removed in order to get the trailer up because of its width. So, well, my friends, it is complete. I like it. Just took down trees. They're in the ground about 18 inches here, nailed together. So if something hits it, it's gonna tear it up. Also, that drops way down, and there's a lot of stumps and briars and stobs in there that would devastate car tire. But these here, these two trees, or these clusters of trees, that was in the middle of the driveway before it got cut out, and I brought them over here to kind of fill in this area, not knowing that this is the final plan, which those are fine. Those can grow up and fill in this area quite nicely. So I am happy with that. It certainly was a little more time consuming than what I expected, but it's done. Mark it off the list. I'm pleased with that. Trying to get the fire going here. How's it doing? Yeah. Maybe that'll help. Everything's so damp. Gonna have venison burgers for supper. Got 2 of those. We got the water heating up over in the shower area because I am completely soaked and I want to get a rinse off. Everything in the tent's damp from all this rain, but this is how we do it. I've got a pump and I got off Amazon and sucks all the water out of the tub, shower in here. So I don't know if there's anything else I'm going to do tonight after I get rinsed off. Oh, there, it's starting to come there. I do need to get some more logs in the tent to hang some things. I don't know if I'll do that tonight or not, but I'll bring you along when I start cooking cooking supper. Got the fire going finally. Got the burgers on there, and I'll have sour cream and onion potato chips. Currently, very nice. The bugs seem to have subsided. It was just terrible earlier. We're at 70 degrees. Good morning. Big rainstorm about 4 o'clock this morning to 6. So I forgot, well, I left this out not knowing it was going to rain. It was too late once it started raining. This pallet here, which is kind of like a plywood thing, I don't know if that's any good. A lot of butterflies have landed on that. So this is out in the rain, so I'm burning both burners to get all the water out of the system. Nice evening, or nice night. Just I've had issues when I turned the Tacticam on last night for security. That if you know anything about Tacticams, their sensitivity levels, and I've always had this on a 9, and it was literally taking photographs 924, 925, 926, 927, 928. So I came out here and looked at it and wiped any cobwebs off the sensors, and then adjusted the sensitivity level down to 5 and then 4. Now it's down to 2, and it was still taking random pictures this morning. So I don't know what is the issue with that. I don't know what to do. I could switch it out with one that's in the woods, because I went through like 40 pictures last night. Not certain what to do. I may just leave it and put sensitivity as just barely anything. I think it's 1 or 0, and try that. It's a security camera, so I kind of need it to be working, but I don't need to go off 35 times in 60 minutes. So I'm heating up water for oatmeal, and then I guess the thing I can do right now is that seems to be functioning properly is get that stool fixed. Really just been doing some odd jobs here and there. I'm going to work on the wall in there to hang up the bulletin board and the magnet board. I'm heading over to Holly's little secret garden area, which is about a little less than a quarter mile away, about 300 yards from camp here. This trail needs to be cut out again. Weed eater is in the works of being purchased to make jobs like this much easier. I purchased this at Goodwill for $2.99. I've got 2 similar signs there at camp, depressed bow hunter and depressed deer hunter. You would think 8 point something billion people in the world that I could do a Google image search of this sign and it would come up and say, oh yeah, manufacture this between this date and this date, or people have pictures of it. No. Same thing with those the depressed deer hunter and the depressed bow hunter signs. Those are copyrighted in '95. I got them for Christmas for the hunting location that I was at back home in Illinois. And my brother saved them whenever he moved over to that property. Cannot find those anywhere. Absolutely cannot find those anywhere. Or any similar ones, because I know there was like 5 or 6. I don't know if it was Cabela's or who it was. Gander Mountain, maybe, I don't know. Or an off company. Cannot find them anywhere. I would like to have more. So I've had pictures of the location up here and was I know which tree to hang this on. This all needs to be cut with a weed eater too. This tree right here is where I'm going to put it. There it is. Next to her other sign. And then she made this sign here. Kind of getting a little dirty on the edges there. And this overlooks this wetland, bog. A lot of water down there right now. Maybe you have a couple of ducks. There's a duck way down there. You probably can't pick that up. I don't know if they're wood ducks. I know that I've seen mallards down there before. So I chiseled out some of the dirt that was in front of the door because it's kind of a bowl and there's always a puddle there. Then got some rock and lime dust and packed in there. And then on the sides I drilled a couple of holes with a small auger bit in order to get the water to drain if it does pool up there. I'm going to work on this chair here. I'm not going to cut it out. I'm not going to trace the underneath of the chair like it was. I'm just going to leave it like that because that'll be fine. And then I'll put that back in there and screw it to lock it all in so it can still be operational. These boards here were left from the outdoor shed over there. The wall is complete. Show you what I've got. Bulletin board got for $1 at a thrift store. Just screwed it onto the main door frame here. Got this at the Green Bay Hunting Expo in January. Found a frame for it. That was here on that weird log that just floated. And then down here is the magnet board. What I have done is, and you can see over here pictures of my deer. Now that glue that I used up here made things kind of on the yellow side. I just took old magnets and took the face off of them and then went through hunting magazines and fit the magnet to the profile of the image and glued it on. And that's what I've got here. A good project for if you've got kids that want to kind of have something to do. Just added decor. I did this back home on the fridge at the hunting location I was at before. So turned out real nice. I have a Hoyt. I also have a bear bow, which I need to find a logo for. Holly's got a 10-point crossbow. I've got a CVA muzzleloader and a Remington shotgun. So turned out very, very nice. And then Holly's got a little printer that can print out images the size of business cards. And they were coming unglued, so I glued them with what I had available up here, which was the stove gasket glue, and that clearly wasn't the best choice, but it kind of adds an oldish type of sepia-tone kind of look to it. So that's what I've got. I'm going to attempt to repair this tarp here. We got a hole. When the ice storm hit, it put a lot of weight on it, and this is the only tear in the whole thing because it was over the tent and the A-frame. So what I'm going to do, I was going to do disc, lengths or disc of logs, but they kept snapping off. They were too dry. So I'm going to sandwich two pieces together. I'll flatten it out, put one there, one on this side, and screw them together. I don't know if that's going to work or not. Or will it tear more around the edges as pressure's put on it? I don't know if that's going to work or not. But if it's hung up and stretched across, whatever water would get on this or ice, it would shed off. That would block a little bit of the top there, but it would eventually, and then this would keep that from ripping open more from the tension. So went across the trail and got these two. This was a single tree, 2 5-foot pieces. Those are going to be for the corners of the headboard behind the cot. These 1/2-inch gas pipe, 1/2-inch black steel pipe, which was in our basement. The landlord said they're junk, you can go ahead and have them. Those will be part of this. These will go in the ground about 3 foot, and then a groove will be cut, and these will insert into that groove and then be sealed off with another piece of wood. And then there'll be handrails that go across embedded in the top rail, and then slats for the back headrest. In videos to come, I don't know if it'll be next video or a couple videos down the road. And I also found another lid to an oil can when they 5-gallon bucket when they logged 20 some odd years ago. I'll save that because I've got a couple of empty butane portable 1-gallon empty propane tanks. Holly wants to shoot at them, and she can shoot at this with her guns. So that is over here ready for whenever I get time to do that. Well, that will do it. Another weekend here up at the land. Appreciate you coming along. If you made it this far, let's put log in the comments, because that's we brought those logs in. That was one of the last things we did. And I will get the trail camera turned on and see what kind of issues we may have with that. We may have to contact the company and see if it's a lost cause, or if there's something they can do, or we're gonna have to replace it. So until next time, thanks for watching, and we'll see you then.